After almost 5 years of not winning any trophies, the board at Arsenal have had enough and have sacked Arteta. Their replacement, lifelong fan and upcoming manager, Harry Nosher. They have given him one task, one season, one major trophy. And so here we are at Arsenal. I'm a lifelong fan of Arsenal. I'm ready to save them. I'm ready to win them a trophy. But I've got to build up a tactic. I've got an idea. It's going to be a little bit basic, I think, but that's the way to go. And so we're going to start off obviously creating our tactic now. I know it's going to seem very, very basic, but trust me, Arsenal have the players just to play a 4-2-3-1. I can see it happening. Have you seen the players we've got? But anyways, let's get into building this tactic. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so here's the tactic that I've built up. Let me take you through the roles. At the back, we have got Tierney at wing back on support with cross more often and stay wider. Gabriel on central defender, also with stay wider. The whole sort of idea there, you want Tierney to stay wide and go up and basically be a winger. But you need someone to cover that slot. So Gabriel will cover the wing back. People will sit there and go, hold on, why are you telling a centre back to stay wide? One thing you always have to remember, that when you put stay wider on, it's when the team has the ball. When we're on the defense, you know, the other team are on the attack, don't worry, he's not going to stay wide and leave a massive gap right at the back. Then the other defenders, we've got Saliba on the ball playing defender, Ben White on fullback support, and of course Raya in goal on the sweeper keeper support. In the midfield, we have Declan Rice on DM support with tackle harder on, and Marino at ball winning midfielder defence. I felt like the midfield was a little bit hard to sort of work with here. I mean, I felt like Declan Rice was a must-have in this team, but the other sort of midfielders, the DMs, they're not good enough to be in this team. But I think a ball winning midfielder on defence with a DM support is a nice little sort of connection there. And then of course we have Odegaard at cam would take more risks, so he's sort of playing a bit like an advanced playmaker. Then out on the wings, Martinelli on inside forward will sit narrower, so that's when Tierney comes up, Martinelli, he'll stay inside. It will leave that room for Tierney to come up there. Saka on inverted winger attack and Gabriel Jesus at deep lying forward attack. Now, usually people will go, oh, why are you not playing deep lying forward support? Honestly, it's just sort of the same role. If you read down at the bottom here, it says the supporting role with a support duty. The deep lying forward will largely aim to bring teammates into play before attacking the box from deep. It's pretty much the same thing, except he'll just fashion in chances for himself. Now, if we actually go into my tactics, in possession, we're going to be playing fairly wide with shorter passing directness and slightly higher tempo, play for set pieces because of course we're Arsenal, and be more expressive. I really want this team to be expressive. I'm hoping here for a nice, quick, short passing, expressive Arsenal that we used to see back in the day when we had Ozil. You know, it was lovely to see. In transition, counter press, counter, take short kicks to the centre back. Nice and simple. It's how we always do it in pretty much every tactic on FM. You come on, you gotta have it like that. And then finally out of possession, we're playing a high defensive line with high press, trigger press much more often and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. We are playing a very high pressing, high intensity Arsenal here. Now, I do need to go and make some signings. There is one issue though. We only have 5.6 mil. That's not a lot to work with in the first season, but that's because obviously I've come in and all the signings have already been made. So I'm going to have to just deal with it for now, but I'll see what I can do, see if I can loan anyone in, and I'll come back to you in a sec. All right, I've made it to the end of the transfer window and it's not been too great. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to sign anyone. I tried really hard. I tried to loan in a lot of players. None of them, I couldn't get them in. So I went in for a loan offer for Shuanemi. I really wanted to get him into the club. He would have been an absolutely amazing ball winning midfielder for us. I know he's more of a centre mid than a DM, but I would have found a way to bring him into the club. Unfortunately, he costs so much money. I was hoping to get some money out of selling players. Unfortunately, no one would sell. I tried to sell Kivior, Jorginho and Partey, and none of them would sell. So we're just gonna have to work with the team we've got at the moment. As you might know, the transfer window has ended, meaning we have played a couple of games, and the rules for this rebuild, just like every other rebuild, I don't play the games. I make the tactic and I simulate. How have we done? I beat Tottenham 6-1. I beat City 4-0 and then beat Fulham 4-1. Apparently the tactic it's going well. Against Tottenham, Jesus got a brace, Odegaard scored, Martinelli scored, Saka scored, even Sterling got a goal in. Against City, Martinelli, another Jesus brace, and Diaz got an own goal. And against Fulham, Jesus got a goal, Anderson got an own goal. Odegaard scored. Martinez scored. It's going very, very, very well at the moment. We're going to simulate now to January and see what happens. Okay, I'm back in January now, and I don't like the look of this. I'm seeing Raya injured, Saliba injured, Declan Rice has got a red. It's not looking good, but let's have a look how we're doing in the league. Oh, we're actually doing really, really well. Okay. We've played 20 games, we've won 15, drawn 4, and lost 1. We have 49 points with 39 goal difference. We have done very well so far. We've managed to get to the next round of the Champions League as well. We play Sporting. We're in the next round of the FA Cup. We're playing Northampton. And we're in the semi-final of the Carabao against Liverpool. Wow, we're doing very, very well. Let's look into this. Now that is just a sea of green, and I love it. The only game we've lost this season was a 4-0 loss to City where our goalkeeper got injured. We were that close to being unbeaten so far. Literally just a bunch of draws. We lost 6-1 to Stuttgart in the Champions League group stage. I don't know what happened there. But other than that, it's wins all across the board with a couple of draws here and there. We have done exceptional. Well, with that in mind, should we see what we can do in January? See if we can make some transfers? I don't think we really need to, but we'll try our best. Let's do it. Just before I do that, I've just gone to my finances and I've been given 102 million to work with. Wow. I think we can definitely do something. Okay, everyone, we are back. We've just finished the January window and whew, let me tell you, I spent my money wisely, or at least I hope I did. So first of all, I managed to grab in Jonathan Tah on a free, but I couldn't really wait for him to come in at the end of the season. I needed him now because Saliba was injured. So I bought him immediately for 12 mil, which I think is pretty good. Then after that, with Raya out injured, brought in Andrew Lunin. I think Andrew Lunin's going to be great for us, 100%. He's got great stats and wants to be a backup. I mean, come on. After this, I finally did it. I made the signing that all Arsenal fans have been wanting, Guy Ocares. We brought him in, 80 million, definitely worth it. Just in case Jesus starts to flop like he usually does or gets injured, we brought in Guy Ocares. It's about time. And now, this final transfer, I was a bit unsure on because I didn't know if it would be worth it because we're paying a lot of wages on this guy. But I needed a backup for Saka. We do not have a backup for Saka, or maybe even someone giving Saka a little bit of competition. And who else would do that than Lionel Messi? We've done it. Lionel Messi at Arsenal. He's finally decided he wants to retire in the Premier League. He's been looking at Ronaldo going, well, Ronaldo played in the Prem twice. And you know what? I haven't gone there yet. I need to get myself in the Prem and win myself a Prem trophy. But with that in mind, I'm very happy with these transfers and I think we could be in for a very, very good second half of the season. Let's get into how it's been so far. Okay, and here we are. We are still top of the league, only by a point. It's looking very, very tight at the top. I mean, Jesus Christ. Liverpool, Tottenham and Villa all on 50 points whilst we're on 51. I was pretty hopeful we could go ahead and win the league, but I didn't realise it was this close at the top. I mean, damn. Champions League, we still got Sporting. We haven't played that game just yet. We unfortunately got knocked out of the FA Cup in the 4th round by Chelsea. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Let's just have a quick look. So against that game against Chelsea, we lost 2-1. I believe that was Guy Ocares' first game of the season for us, and he did actually score on his debut, so fair play to him, but I think we had a bit of a rough time out. I think the January sort of form starting to come in a little bit. It's a bit worrying. Hopefully we can pick ourselves back up. And currently, we are in the final of the Carabao Cup against Leicester. Bit of a strange one. We've got our first chance at a trophy here. Maybe not a major one, but a trophy's a trophy at the end of the day. It's more than Arteta's one. I'm ready to simulate the rest of the season. We could be in for anything here. We're still on for a treble. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we are at the end of the season, and wow, what a season it's been. So the first thing I want to say is we did actually win the Carabao Cup. We managed to beat Leicester. That's the first trophy already down. Bang. It's not a major trophy, but it's a trophy nonetheless. And now we go over to the league table where we won the league. Somehow we've managed to pull it off first season. I think the strange thing about it is how we only finished on 88 points, and so did Tottenham. Tottenham finished on 88 points as well. but we beat them by goal difference. That is absolutely insane. All I'm trying to say is, do we really need Arteta? I mean, I've already done a double in my first season. Now, unfortunately, we only got to the semi-finals of the Champions League, losing to Liverpool. We go to that game right now. You can see that we drew 1-1 in the first leg. Saka scored in the 88th minute, and then they managed to score a 91st minute goal. Then we lost 2-0 in the second leg. I mean, I'm not quite sure what happened in that second leg, but it is what it is. I think the final is about to come up. It's Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid, which is a bit of a weird final, to be honest, but hopefully Liverpool don't win it, but I can't complain. We've had an absolutely amazing season. First season, we've won the league and the Carabao Cup. We got pretty far in the Champions League. FA Cup was just a little bit of a ropey one, but it happens, it happens. Should we go and look at some other things, maybe some player stats? Let's have a look. Okay, so Gabriel Jesus really stepped up for us this season with 25 goals, 14 assists in 54 games. Don't get me wrong, it's not the most, but it's still a decent amount. Saka, he ended up getting 27 goals and 14 assists in 54 games, which I think is brilliant. Martinelli grabbed himself 28 goals and 16 assists in 53 games. And Odegaard managed to grab 20 goals and 19 assists in 57 games. So, although, you know, we didn't have a major top goal scorer with like 40, 50 goals, I think it's because it's just spread across the team. Jesus, Martinelli, Odegaard and Saka all got 20 plus goals this season and about 10 plus assists each. They've had a phenomenal season, every single one of them. We've probably built one of the most threatening attacks, I would say, in the league. One person I want to take a look at, because I don't know if my assistant manager played him, is Lionel Messi. Okay, so Messi played 2 games and then 19 subs. So he got subbed on 19 times and scored 6 goals and got 3 assists. Yeah, he is 37. And yeah, my assistant manager, he's the one who's making the decisions. But it's a shame. I would have liked to have seen a bit more. But oh well. Okay, looking at people's awards, Odegaard managed to get English Footballer of the Year and also got English Players Player of the Year. He had a phenomenal season. Okay, so Liverpool did just win the Champions League. Fair enough, but to be fair, Martinelli got second for the Golden Boot, but he did win Young Player of the Season in the Champions League, which I think is pretty good, to be fair. Saliba also made it into the Dream Team alongside Martinelli. We'll take that, we'll take that. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed. I won't sit and lie to you. This was supposed to be an Arsenal rebuild, but I did so well. I just didn't think it would be worth making a rebuild out of it. We did so much in the first season. I didn't expect to, but hey, fair enough. But if you do want to see any rebuilds in the future, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and join my Discord in the description. And with that, thank you for watching. See you later.